Hi, good morning. How's everybody? How are you guys doing? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Did you all have a good weekend? Did you all have a good weekend? Yeah, morning. Morning. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing okay? It's Vancouver. What time is it in Vancouver? Nothing special. Okay. Yeah, I got some sleep. I got up like 10 minutes ago. You're coming back at 6:40? Okay. All right. Wow, a lot of people up really early in the morning. Oh. So how's your weekend? In the morning here in Australia? Yeah, it's about an hour different. I think there's about an hour difference, right, between here and Australia. Katie Kong in Vancouver, it's 2:26 in the afternoon. Okay. It's interesting. It's, yeah. Mine, I really didn't do much. It was just a very, very dull weekend for me. I spent most of my time at home, although I did take my dogs out to the park, and we spent I think yesterday I actually spent almost like 5 or 6 hours at the park with my dogs. Yeah. I had something to do this morning, so I woke up early. Oh, okay. All right, Kim Smunim, you have something to do then. You have something to do. You're here in Yoon Young-guk-nim, you're in Jeju. What are you doing in Jeju? What are you doing there? It's 5:27 in Western Australia. Oh. Wait a minute. So depending on which part of Australia it is, there's a pretty big time difference. That's interesting. I never realized that. Hi from London. Oh, okay. You're watching from London. Awesome. I was play golf yesterday. Oh, you okay? So I've never played golf. This is my first time to talk at the live stream. I'm in the U.S. Luna, you are in the U.S. Which part of U.S. are you in? Hi from London, and it's 10:30 in the. Oh, it's 10:30 at night. Clara Kimnim, I heard that there is a terrible heat wave that's going through the UK right now. Is that true? Is it really that hot? Tested positive, so staying at home whole weekend. Oh, Su Kangnim, okay, you have COVID. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that you have COVID. Shinanyo, where are you living? So where do I live? I live in Korea. I'm in Korea. I live in 경기도 광주. Sister Bear name. What's up? Melbourne is 7:30 in the morning. Oh, okay. See, we have 2 hours time difference between East and West. Okay, I stayed home all weekend. Okay, Jenny Konim, all right. Luna, oh, you're in Chicago. Okay, Chicago. Don't know much about Chicago. Never been there, and I don't know anybody who lives there, so I didn't feel like doing anything last weekend. I just stayed at home. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Some people don't have that luxury. That's actually a luxury that a lot of people don't have. Good morning. I'm on my way to work. Okay. I actually really tired. I really hate Mondays. Yep. I feel your pain. Yeah. So, but I hope you can find something good out of this. Here in Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta. Yeah. I know nothing about Atlanta. What are you gonna teach for today? Okay, it's it's almost time. 1-0. Okay. Hey everybody, how's it going? I just thought I would do a very short follow-up on Friday's toddler on the live stream that we did on Friday morning. over on the toddler channel. I don't know how many of you guys participated in the live stream on last Friday morning over on the toddler channel. We did about an hour live stream talking about everyone's plans, what you were planning to do that day and the weekend. And so I thought to myself, why not do another live stream Monday morning? I know this is the main channel. Talking about things that we actually did over the weekend, and specifically talking about things that we did as planned, and of course, inevitably, there are a lot. I'm sure that there are a lot of things that didn't go as planned, things that you wanted to do but couldn't, things that you were planning to do but had to change plans, or things that. And things that unexpected things. For instance, in my case, I go to this specific park almost every weekend, and yesterday it was pretty cloudy, and it even rained a little here and there. And so I wasn't expecting there to be a lot of people at the park, but there were a lot more people than I thought, and so I was kind of surprised. Luckily, we were able to find a good spot, and we spent about 5 or 6 hours in the park, and so that was good. It was nice. So I wanted to kind of ask you guys about what happened to your weekends. So what did you guys do over the weekend? And I want you to tell me about things that you did, things that went according to plan, things that didn't go according to plan, things that you wanted to do but you couldn't. Things that turned out differently than you had expected. Okay, I'm sure there are a lot of things like that. So, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of you are on your way to work and are driving to work, and so it's going to be hard for you to chat. But I'm sure a lot of you are able to use the chat right now. So if you can, just tell me a little bit about how your weekend went, and I'd like to give you some feedback about that. Just like we did over on the toddler channel last Friday. So I just want to remind everyone again that last Friday over on the toddler channel, we did a live stream. It went on for about an hour, and everybody was talking about their plans for that day and the weekend. And I gave them feedback. Okay, so we're starting to get some examples here. All right, so let's see. Chocolatte님 says, my husband works every Saturday. He got off from work late than I expected. 초코라떼님, R가 그냥 오타로 빠진 거죠? I think you meant to say he got off work from 없어도 돼요. From 없이요. 그냥 he got off work later than I expected. Okay, later than I expected. 그렇게 하면 돼요. He got off work later than I expected. Okay, 예상보다 늦게 퇴근을 했다. Okay, that's what you're trying to say. 김스모님, my sister went over to my house and had some good time together. Okay, 지금 이거 같은 경우는요. 문제가 went over. 우리 집으로 놀러 갔다라고 하셨어요. Okay? And we should, of course, I think 뭐가 잘못됐는지 I think you know. I think you know what the problem is here. You gotta say my sister came over to my house. Okay, so my sister came over to my house and we had a good time together. 지금 we가 나와야 돼요. 어딘가에. Okay, 그러니까 together는 we를 꾸며주는 거지. Together가 my sister를 꾸며주지는 못해요. Okay, so you should say my sister came over to my house and we had some good time together. Not some. 이거는 어떤 한 번의 그러니까 일회성의 얘기죠. It was just one weekend, so not some, but a good time. My sister came over to my house, and we had a good time together. Good. Okay, 이순이님, I really wanted to spend some fun time with my children, but ended up staying at home all weekend just as usual. Oh, okay. So I guess according to what you're saying, you didn't really have any plans to do anything with your children. Is that right, 순이님? 그 얘기가 맞나요? You really didn't have any plans, but you just had this, just a vague, desire to spend some quality time with your children, but you didn't really have any plans, so you just ended up staying home as usual. Okay, right. Okay, 지금 이것도요. 여기서 some full time, fun time보다는 a fun time. I really wanted to spend a fun time. 근데 저라면 fun도 아니고요. 그냥 a good time, a great time. I really wanted to spend 또는 some quality time. 여러분 quality time이 좀 와닿지 않을 수도 있어도 quality time is really good. Quality time. I really wanted to spend some quality time with my children, but ended up staying at home all weekend, just as usual. Okay, everything else sounds fine. Everything else sounds fine. Yeah. LA Park name. I have lots of meetings for my project this week, so I think I spend more time to prepare. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So for those of you who are just joining us right now, I'd like you to share stories related to your weekend. Tell us how your weekend went, because I want to kind of focus on. I want to give you guys a chance to talk about how your weekend went, whether it went just as you planned, or I'm sure there are some things that didn't go as you planned. So I want you to focus on last weekend, okay? Now, if you want, you can talk about this week, the upcoming week, but I want you to focus on telling me about last weekend. My sister came over to my house and we had a good time together. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Kim Smun-nim, that's good. Jenny Coney, I was planning to go to Chuncheon, but I couldn't go there because I didn't feel very well. Oh, okay. Jenny, this is actually true? This really happened? 저라면은요, I couldn't 지금 there go가 빠진 건지 아니면 there, I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but I was planning to go to 춘천, but I couldn't. 저라면은요, couldn't에서 끊을 거예요. Okay? 그게 제일 자연스러워요. I was planning to go to 춘천, but I couldn't because I didn't feel very well. Okay? 그렇게 하면 딱 좋을 것 같아요. I was planning to go to 춘천, but I couldn't because I didn't feel very well. I was planning to go to 춘천, but I couldn't because I didn't feel very well. Okay. Besides that, everything sounds pretty good. Ashton Choi name. I spent the weekend taking care of my nephew. It was harder than I expected. Your nephew. Okay. Your nephew. All right. So, do you normally spend a lot of time with your nephew? Do you do that a lot? Do you take care of your nephew often? Other than that, everything looks okay. I spent the weekend taking care of my nephew. It was so가 없어야 된대요. so가 없어야 된다. so가 있으면 안 돼. It was harder. 내전에 it was much harder. Not so harder. Okay? It was much harder. 또는 그냥 it was harder. Okay? I spent the weekend taking care of my nephew. It was much harder than I expected. Okay? I spent the weekend taking care of my nephew. It was much harder than I expected. Okay, very good. Good example. 아름드리님, I took a walk along with river with my friend along the Han River. Along the Han River, I took a walk. Took a walk보다는 went for a walk가 좀 더 자연스럽게 저는 개인적으로 느껴져요. 그래서 I went for a walk. I went for a walk along the river. Along the river with my friend. Early in the morning yesterday. Early yesterday morning이 더 좋겠네요. Early yesterday morning. Okay, I went for a walk along the river, not with, along the river with my friend. Early yesterday morning, the breeze from river made us feel fresh. Made us feel 보다는요, 그냥 the breeze from the river was very refreshing. Okay, was very refreshing. 무엇이 ing 형용사, 그러니까 interesting, amazing, fascinating, frustrating, annoying 이런 식으로 얘기를 하는 거가 와닿지 않는다라는 거 알아요. 비교적 그렇게 하는 것보다는 made me 이런 식으로 표현하는 거를 보통 더 편안하게 생각하시는 경우가 많은데 그거를 이제 극복을 해야 되는 것 중에 하나예요. 오케이? 이 made me feel라는 것 자체가요. 이게 그 이제 감정 변화가 생겼을 때 지금 이거는 근데 감정 변화라기보다는요. 그냥 그것 자체가 굉장히 상쾌하게 느껴졌던 거잖아요. 나를 상쾌하게 만든 게 아니라 그 바람이 상쾌하게 느껴진 거기 때문에 the breeze from the river was very refreshing. 그냥 그 정도로 하는 게 가장 자연스러워요. Okay? So I went for a walk along the river with my friend early yesterday morning. The breeze from the river was very refreshing. Okay? Was very refreshing. Not made me feel fresh. Was very refreshing. Let's see. I think. All right. I'm kind of losing track of where I was here. All right. 이지영님. I watched a movie called Minions 2 last Friday. Okay, which was very cute. If you think Friday is kind of weekend. Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay if you talk about Friday. That's fine. That's fine. You can talk about last week, last Thursday, for all I care. That's fine. That's fine. I watched a movie called Minions 2 last Friday, which was very cute. Okay, well, it's you know, you have every right to say that a movie was cute, but I feel obligated to remind you, to let you know that usually when native speakers talk about a movie and the way they describe a movie, they usually don't say a movie was cute. They usually don't say that. I mean, you definitely could, but they usually don't do that. They usually don't say, oh, the movie was cute. Especially in this case because this is an animated movie and there are cute characters that appear in the movie. So it sounds a bit awkward. Okay, it sounds a bit awkward. In this case, it's just better to say I watched a movie called Minions 2 last Friday. It was great. The minions were very cute. Not the movie was cute, but the minions were very cute. That just sounds a lot better. Planning to complete my paper during the weekend, but I was 지수연님 was라 하고 싶으셨던 거죠? I was planning to complete my paper during the weekend, but writing something always takes longer than I expected. Writing something always takes longer than I expected. Okay. I spent 5 hours working on it yesterday, but didn't finish it. Couldn't finish it. couldn't가 좋겠네요. But I couldn't finish it. Life never goes as you plan. Well, yeah. Life is, yeah. That is true to some extent. So let me read that again. I was planning to complete my paper during the weekend, but writing something always takes longer than I okay, so always라고 했기 때문에 expected okay, that's fine. Actually, that's fine. But I would probably say writing, not something. Not this something is not necessary. 이 something이라고 할 필요 없는 것 같아요. 그래서 제가 이 얘기를 한다면 I was planning to complete my paper during the weekend, but writing always takes longer than expected. Okay. I spent 5 hours working on it yesterday, but couldn't finish it. Life never goes as you plan. Okay. 소리범범님, I had a family gathering with my mom-in-laws. 아니다. I had a family gathering and my mom-in-laws made a lot of delicious. Your mother-in-law, right? Your mother-in-law? 그 장모님 내지는 시어머님을 얘기를 하는 거죠. I had a family gathering and my mother-in-law, mom-in-law라고 안 하고요. law를 복수형으로 얘기하셔도 안 되고요. 그냥 my mother-in-law. Okay, my mother-in-law made a lot of delicious food, so I can't help. Drunk some beers. I couldn't help. 과거니까요. I couldn't help drinking. some beers. Yeah, drinking some beers. It was really good. Okay. So 다시 한번요. I had a family gathering and my mother-in-law made a lot of delicious food, so I couldn't help drinking some beers. It was really good. Okay. Okay, I want to remind everyone that I want you to focus on expressing how things went as you planned, or how something didn't go as you planned, or how something turned out to be more or less than what you had expected. I want you to focus on using those expressions and talking about that, okay? So maybe you can say, oh, over the weekend I did all the things that I had planned. That's one way you can say. You can say, oh, I did all the things that I had planned, or you can say, I couldn't do a few of the things that I had planned. Or you can maybe just to give you some idea, maybe something took longer than you thought, just like 지수연님 said. Maybe something took longer than you thought. Maybe something, just something. Life is full of surprises, right? So I went to Koje during the weekend. The weather was cloudy, but it was good to play at the beach with my kids. But it was okay. 봄님, 지금 then I thought라고 하려면은요, 뭔가 비교를 하는 얘기가 나와야 돼요. 왜냐면 then I thought라고 하면 지금 비교 대상이 나온 거잖아요. 그렇죠? 내가 생각했던 것보다 더 좋았다니까 it was better. It was better라고 해야 돼요. Okay? The weather was cloudy. weather 필요 없어요. 그냥 it was cloudy. It was cloudy, but it was better. But it was better to play at the beach with my kids than I thought. 근데 저라면은요, 이거를 너무 완성된 하나의 문장으로 하기보다는요, 저라면 어떻게 얘기를 할 거 같냐면, just give me a second here. Oops. 저라면 이거 어떻게 얘기를 할 거 같냐면, I went to Koje with my kids and we played on the beach. It was cloudy, but it was better than I thought. Okay. 지금 여러분 다들 보고 계시... Oh, just sorry about that. 이게 왜 여기 나와 있지? Okay. Alright. Okay, 지금 보이시죠? I went to Koje with my kids and we played on the beach. It was cloudy, but it was better than I thought. 지금 이거는요, 저는 개인적으로 느끼기에 it was cloudy, but 생각보다 괜찮았다 보다는요, 제가 이 전체적인 맥락에서 느껴지는 걸로 얘기를 하자면은요, 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다라고 할 것 같아요. 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다. 그 얘기를 어떻게 하면 좋을까요? 한번 해보세요. 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다. How do we say that? How do we say that 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다? How do we say that? Yeah, good. 김수모님, very good. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Whoops. Okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. 이렇게 얘기를 하는 거가 지금 보세요. 여러분 잘 보세요. It was better than I thought. It was better than I thought. 이거랑 it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought. 지금 이 두 개를 나란히 이렇게 놓고 번갈아 가면서 얘기를 하면서요. 분명히 여기 계시는 분들의 이건 어쩔 수가 없어요. It's not really your fault. It's not your fault. 근데 아마 지금 여기 계시는 분들 중에 99%가 이 두 번째 있죠. 이거를 최소한 얘만큼은 편하지 않게 느끼실 거예요. 최소한. 그리고 아마 제 생각은 대부분이 비교를 하지 않더라도 얘랑 비교를 하지 않았을 때도 얘 이거 자체가 그냥 굉장히 어색하게 느껴지실 거예요. 심지어 여러분이 이거를 과거에 공부를 했었고 연습을 간간히 했었음에도 불구하고 이게 많이 어색할 거예요. 이렇게 써놓고 심지어 읽는 것도 제대로 안 되시는 분들도 계실 거예요. 오케이? 어쨌든 중요한 거는 자, 목표가 뭐냐면 여러분이 이 문장에 대해서 여러분이 느끼는 것만큼 이것도 편하게 느껴져야 돼요. You have to feel as comfortable with this as you do with this. You have to feel the same level of comfort between these two sentences. Okay? So it was better than I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay? Of course, they don't mean exactly the same thing. Okay? But you need to be able to say this whenever it sounds more natural. 지금 제가 느끼기에는 물론 그렇다고 해서 정답이라 할 수는 없지만 지금 이런 문장에서는 it was better than I thought 보다는 okay? It wasn't as bad as I thought. 왜냐면 그게 it was cloudy라는 부분 때문에 그래요. 그러니까 구름이 지었었기 때문에 좀 별로일 수도 있겠다라는 그런 어느 정도의 기대의 반대말이 뭐죠? 어쨌든 좀 흐려서 좀 별로일 수도 있겠다라는 생각을 하고 갔어요. 별로일 거다. 근데 생각만큼 그렇게 나쁘지 않았네. 이게 잘 붙어요. It just flows really nicely, okay? So you need to be able to say this. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay. All right. Okay. 그래서 이거는 아주 좋은 예문이에요. 여러분이 많은 것을 배우고 그리고 이제 앞으로 배우는데 많은 많은 걸 이제 배울 수 있는 계기가 되어주는 그런 예문이 되는 거예요. 그래서 제가 오늘 월요일 아침에 일찍 일어나서 이걸 해야 되겠다라고 생각한 게 지난주 금요일 날 저희가 토들러 채널에서 이제 주말에 뭘 할 건지에 대한 계획에 대한 얘기를 했었잖아요. 그래서 오늘은 이런 얘기로 한번 해봐야 되겠다. 왜냐면 분명히 계획을 가지고 뭘 하고 나면은 이런 얘기들이 할 게 많이 있을 거예요. Okay? So I want you to practice this, right? Okay. 그쵸? 김수모님 잘 얘기하셨어요. 우리말에서는요. 적어도 제가 그동안 경험한 한국 사람들 중에서는요. 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다라고 표현하는 사람은 거의 없었어요. 거의 없어요. 실제로도. 대부분이 생각보다 나쁘지 않았다라고 해요. 근데 영어에서는요. 이거를요. 그 의미를 생각하실 때는 생각만큼 나쁘지 않았다라고 하셔야 돼요. 오케이? 아무튼 그래요. So, all right. Okay. So, let me read that again. 그래서 저라면 이거를 그래서 요거는 이제 없애고요. 이걸로 대체를 할게요. 저라면 지금 이 얘기는 이렇게 할 것 같아요. I went to Koje with my kids and we played on the beach. It was cloudy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I went to Koje with my kids. We played on the beach. It was cloudy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I went to Koje with my kids and we played on the beach. It was cloudy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. Let's see. Let's see. 좀 골라서 이제 지금부터는 좀 골라서 해야 될 것 같은 게 굉장히 많은데 제가 다시 얘기했지만 I just want to remind you again. I want you to focus on telling me about things that went as you had planned, things that didn't go as you had planned. Things that were different from what you had expected or in some way, like this one, okay? Just like this. This is a good example. It was cloudy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought, okay? Good morning, 주제효과님. Okay, I was 이런 거요. This is the kind of example that I want you to exercise this morning, okay? I was supposed to라는 말이 딱 들리는 순간에 벌써 듣는 사람은요. 근데 뭔가 그렇게 하기로 되어 있었는데 그렇게 안 됐구나라는 게 바로 느껴져요. 오케이? 그런 걸 생각하면서 I was supposed to meet one of my friends, but he canceled it because he was unwell. 오케이. 저 같으면 여기서 it를 빼요. I was supposed to meet one of my friends, but he canceled because he canceled 그냥. Not he canceled it, 그냥 he canceled. He canceled because he was unwell. Okay? Unwell, it's fine. It makes sense. everybody will understand it's not awkward, but it's just not very used very commonly because he was sick. 그냥 가장 간단하게 he was sick. Yeah, he was sick. 만약에 그냥 컨디션이 안 좋아서 몸이 안 좋아서 이런 뉘앙스를 최대한 살리고 싶다면 he wasn't feeling well가 좋고요. Okay? 그래서 I was supposed to meet one of my friends, but he canceled because he wasn't feeling very well. He wasn't feeling very well. Okay? Now I'm in the middle of Sunday. I was thinking about. Now you're in the middle of Sunday. Oh, you're not in Korea. Okay, I was thinking about running before watching this channel. I'm gonna spend quality time on my own. Okay, I was thinking about running. 보다는요, I was thinking about going for a run. I was thinking about going for a run. 그게 훨씬 더 자연스러워요. I was thinking about going for a run. I was thinking about going for a run. Okay. I was going to go to the beach, but it was so windy, so I went shopping instead. Okay. All right, good. This is a good example. This is the kind of example that I want you to practice this morning, okay? So I was going to go to the beach, but it was so windy, so I went shopping instead. Okay, good. 지금 이거를 instead로 그거 하지 않고 다른 걸 했다라는 얘기를 instead로 표현하는 거 very good. That's very good. It's very natural, simple, very straightforward. It's very clear, and it tells the story very well. It's very effective. Good. 오케이. 그리고 이거를요. 여러분이 지금 쓰시는 것만이 아니라 이거를 반드시 여러 번 많이 얘기를 좀 하셨으면 좋겠어요. 실제로 소리를 내세요. Okay? So I was gonna go to the beach. I was gonna go to the beach, but it was so windy, so I went shopping instead. 저 같으면은요. 맨 마지막에 있는 so는 얘기 안 할 것 같아요. so는요. 그냥 I went shopping instead. 그냥. Okay? Because so라고 하면은요. 마치 그러니까 일반적으로 사람들이 바닷가를 가려다가 안 가게 되면은 보통 쇼핑하러 간다라는 약간 그런 게 그렇게 들릴 수가 있거든요. So, yeah, all right. Let's see. I was planning to see a swim meet. Kate Kim님, I was planning to see a swim meets, but the swim meets wasn't allowed to see audiences. It was very usual. What is a swim meets? What? I don't. Kate Kim님, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what this is about. Can you explain a little bit? Maybe explain to us what this is about. My sister and I were planning to pack some clothes, which were not wear anymore for donation last weekend, but we couldn't do anything about that. That's why my sister was really sick because of COVID. My sister and I were planning to pack some clothes which were not wear anymore for donation last week. Okay. So I think what you're trying to say is this. I think what you're trying to say is 그냥 we라고 묶어서 일단 얘기할게요. We were planning to give away some clothes, some old clothes for donation last weekend, but we couldn't. 그냥 we couldn't. We couldn't do anything about that라고 하면은요, 그거를 어쩔 수 없었다라는 그런 얘기고요. 그래서 그냥 못한 거죠. 그걸 하려고 계획하고 있었던 못한 거니까 그냥 we were planning to give away. give away가 주는 거예요. 나눔을 하는 거예요. Give away some old clothes. 오래된 옷. Clothes 그냥 old clothes라고 하고요. 이 give away라는 말 자체가 있기 때문에 이게 뭐 굳이 안 입는 옷이라고 다시 그거를 설명할 필요는 없어요. 그냥 give away some old clothes 하면 돼요. It's everybody understands that you're giving away clothes that you decided not to wear anymore. 그렇죠? 어쨌든 옷을 주기로 했으니까 안 입기로 한 거는 that's pretty clear, right? So we were planning to give away some old clothes for donation. Okay, give away something for donation last weekend, but we couldn't. That's why. Okay, 일단 뒷 얘기는 생략하고요. Alright. 일단 그 아직 한 번도 안 본 분들 거 위주로 먼저 볼게요. Because there are a lot of comments that I want to. There are a lot of comments here, and I want to get through as many of them as I can. I wanted to make cookies with cream cheese before it went bad. Go bad가 아니라 before it went bad, but I gave up because most of the recipes seemed to be too complicated. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I wanted to do something before something happened, but I gave up because most of the recipes seemed to be complicated. That sounds good. Sounds good. 나빈나님, I wanted to drive out by my car with my husband. But my another car's parked in front of me. So I called her, but she didn't get my phone call. We just walked around and stayed home. I wanted to drive out by my car with my husband. 이 얘기가 무슨 얘기인지 한 번만 설명해 주시겠어요, 나빈나님? 남편분이랑 차를 어떻게 하고 싶으셨던 거예요? Drive out by my car. I don't understand what that means. If you can explain. Okay. Alright, we were supposed to have a party for my dad's 70th birthday last week, but something came up. We postponed it to next week. to가 나와야 돼요. We postponed it to next week. Okay? Pushed it back라고 할 수도 있고요. Hello, I didn't expect. Oh, okay. I didn't expect 보고 띄웠는데. Okay, I didn't expect you did live stream around this time. I didn't expect you to do a live stream around this time라고 해야 되죠. Okay, this is different. 지금 그 조금 나중에 오신 분들을 위해서 지금 다시 얘기하지만 지금 오늘 아침에 저희가 연습하려고 하는 것은 뭐냐면요. I want you to talk about your weekend. I want you to talk about the past weekend, things that went according to your plan, things that didn't go according to your plan, things that turned out differently from what you expected, okay? And these are some examples over here, okay? You were planning to do something, but you couldn't. You wanted to do something, but you couldn't. You were going to do something, but something else came up. Something happened, and so you couldn't. Another example is, it was cloudy, so you didn't think it would be so nice, but it wasn't as bad as you thought. Things like this, okay? This is the kind of thing that I want you to practice this morning, all right? So, moving on. So not simply what you did, okay? Not simply what you did, but things that, what I said before. Okay, I sold corn that my father gathered in. Harvested? Your father harvested? Or 그냥 my father grew라고 하는 게 좋을 수도 있어요. 그냥 키운. Okay, I sold corn that my father. It was very hard. It was very hard than I thought. 비교가 나와야 돼요. 비교하는 내용이 나와줘야 돼요. So it was harder than I thought. 이렇게 얘기해야 돼요. Okay? 이거는요. 그 영어를 배우시는 많은 분들이 반복적이고 수시로 틀리는 것 중에 하나예요. 이 then 부분은 잘 해요. 생각보다 뭐 기대했던 것보다. 근데 이 then이 나오려면은 비교급이 나와줘야 돼요. 오케이? 이거는 거의 100%예요. 예외적으로 뭐 다른 경우가 있을 수 있는데 일단 then 생각보다, 기대보다, 지난번보다 이런 얘기 할 때는 비교급이 나와줘야 돼요. 비교급이 안 나오면 안 돼요. 오케이? 그리고 it was very harder는 안 되고요. It was much harder 라고 해야 돼요. Okay? This is very basic. This is very, very basic. But it's not easy when you're actually trying to say it. Okay? 보면은 다 이제 쉽게 느껴질 수 있는데 when you're actually trying to say it, it's actually harder than it looks. It's much harder than it looks actually. So that's why I always emphasize that you need to actually practice out loud. Okay? You have to do a lot of practice out loud. Okay? I had to do a few plans last weekend. 계획을 몇 가지의 계획을 해야 했었다? That doesn't make sense, right, Jenny? Try it again, okay? Try it again. Okay, let's see. Let's see. 중간 거는 alright. I got my cat washed yesterday. 그냥 그 목욕시키다를 give someone a bath라고 하면 돼요. Give someone a bath. So I gave my cat a bath. A bath yesterday. 이렇게 얘기를 하고요. It was faster than I thought. 오케이, 지금 이 문장 보이시죠, 다들? It was faster than I thought. 고쳐주세요. Fix it. It was faster than I thought가 지금 어색해요. 고쳐주세요. Fix it. 오케이, 지수연님. 일단 제가 본 것 중에서 그나마 지수연님이 하신 게 가장 저도 이렇게 얘기를 할 법한 것 중에 하나예요. It took less time than I thought. It took less time than I thought. 일단 지금 보세요. 목욕을 시켰는데 생각보다 빨랐다. You're not talking about speed. You're talking about the amount of time that it took. Okay, let me repeat that again. This is not about speed. You're not actually talking about speed. I mean, if you forced yourself to think of it in that way, yes, you could say that you were faster than you thought. But then it's a little awkward again because, you are you and this is not about speed. This is about the amount of time that it took. Okay? This is not about speed. This is about the amount of time that it took. Okay? That's the bottom line. That's the key here. The key here is you're not talking about speed, you're talking about the amount of time that it took. So, you need to talk about time, not speed. All right? So, it took less time than I thought, or how do I cross this out? Okay, so not that. You should say it didn't take as long as I thought. Okay. Okay. Or 아니면은 지금 지수연님이 해주신 것처럼. It took less time than I thought. Okay. I would probably say this, and this is fine too. This is fine too. So it didn't take as long as I thought. It took less time than I thought. 그리고 제가 옛적에도요, 그 학습 가이드로 올린 영상이 하나 있었는데, 그 여러분이 무의식적으로 어떻게 하는 그 경향이 있냐면요, 어떤 표현이나 어휘나 뭐 수거나 뭐가 됐든 문장 구성이나 이렇게 있을 때 그게 딱 처음에 접했을 때 그게 확 와닿지가 않잖아요. 그 표현 방식이. 그러면 본인도 모르게 그거를 멀리하는 경향이 있어요. 그런 식으로 해서 정말 외국 사람들은 그냥 일상적으로 정말 흔히 많이 쓰는 그런 표현인데 그런 자연스러운 표현들을 나도 모르게 그냥 다 버려두는 것들이 굉장히 많아요. 오케이? 이런 게 그런 것 중에 하나예요. 아까도 as 나왔었죠. This is another one of those things. This is one of those things that you just unconsciously ignore and eventually throw away because you just don't feel comfortable with how it looks or how it sounds or just the structure of the sentence or you just don't feel comfortable with it. And so you just unconsciously just lose a lot of these expressions that are actually really natural and very commonly used every day by native speakers. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Okay? So I just want to emphasize this again, okay? Just because you can't really relate to it, that you don't feel comfortable with it, don't just ignore it, okay? You need to spend more time with those things, okay? All right. So it didn't take as long as I thought. I gave my cat a bath yesterday. It didn't take as long as I thought. It took less time than I thought, okay? All right. Let's see. What else? I lost track of which comment I was looking at. Okay. 누구였죠 이게? 누구 거였죠? My gosh. Okay. Something about cats. Something. There's too many. Okay, wait, just a second. I'm gonna have to do a search here. 초코라떼님 거였구나. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go backwards. Okay, 그냥 최신 거부터. 최신 거부터. Oh, the music was on? Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, 그냥 최신 거부터 볼게요 다시. Okay, and if I miss some of your examples, that's too bad. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Let's see. My wife. Let's see. I and my wife. 도 뭐 틀린 건 아닌데요. My wife and I가 훨씬 자연스럽고요. My wife and I went to a baby fair to prepare a few things for coming our son on October. Okay. Because it's more cheaper than we expected and 왜냐면 여기서는요. It's cheaper than we expected가 어울리지가 않아요. 아닌가? 어울리나? 거기를 가면은 다른 데서 사는 것보다는 싸다라는 걸 알고 간 거 아닌가요? 전체 맥락을 보면 그렇거든요. 그래서 지금 여기서는 It's cheaper than we expected가 약간 굳이 필요 없을 것 같아요. 여기서는 오히려 it's cheaper than it's cheaper than buying baby supplies online. 아니면 it's cheaper than buying them from other vendors. 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 하는 게 나을 것 같아요. 여기서는 not cheaper. 이 전체적인 맥락이 지금 앞에서 보면은 베이비 페어에 갔는데 그 이유가 생각보다 싸서 가는. I don't know. It just doesn't sound. Yeah. So 여기서는 필요 없을 것 같아요. 그게. Okay. All right. Let's see. My younger daughter. 오케이. 여기서 보면은 일단 긴 내용은요. 그 주요 내용만 한번 볼게요. 오케이. 여기서 보면은 she said that she went hiking to she went hiking to 한라산. She thought it would be easy, but it took longer than she expected. Okay. All right, that sounds good. She thought it would be easy, but it took longer than she expected, so it was really hard. Okay. All right. 저 같은 경우는 it was really hard는 얘기를 안 할 것 같아요. 당사자가 하는 얘기면 괜찮은데 힘들었다를 제 3자 입장에서 계속 굉장히 힘들었다라고 하지는 않죠. 보통 본인이 힘들었을 때 힘들었다고 하니까요. So she thought it would be easy. She thought it would be easy, but it took longer than she expected. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yesterday I cleaned my house after a long time. But it didn't take as long as I thought. Okay. 오랜만에 집 청소를 했다란 얘기죠. 오랜만에 집 청소를 했다. 어제 오랜만에 집 청소를 했다. 다른 분들 지금 보고 계시는 분들 이거 해보세요. 이거 어떻게 얘기하죠? How do we say this? 오케이, 지금 지선님처럼 얘기하시는 거는요. 굉장히 강조를 하는 거예요. 강조를 하는 거니까 우리말로 한다면 진짜 오랜만에 집을 청소했다는 그런 얘기고요. 그냥 오랜만에 집 청소했다라고 하고 싶으면요. Okay. There are mainly two ways you can do this. 이거를 지금 요거 같은 경우는 지금 이 문장 같은 경우는 우리가 할 수 있는 방식이 mainly two. There are mainly two ways, okay? I cleaned my house yesterday. 끊고 이거를 꼭 한 문장으로 할 필요가 없어요. 끊고요. I hadn't cleaned it in a while. 이렇게 하든가 아니면은 I cleaned my house yesterday for the first time in a couple of weeks. 뭐 아니면 months. 본인의 상황에 따라서요. 오케이? 아니면은 in almost a month. 이건 얼마든지 여러분 이제 상황에 따라서 하면 되는데요. 조심해야 되는 게 오랜만에라는 표현을 이런 식으로 하면 되는구나라고 여러분이 공식화해서 생각하면 안 돼요. 오케이? 왜냐면 지금 이 for the first time in이라는 표현 있죠. 이거를 오랜만이랑 일치를 시키면 안 돼요. 이건 예전에도 제가 진짜 여러 번 얘기를 한 거예요. For the first time in 이거는요. 과거에 오랜만에 뭘 했을 때 그럴 때만 쓸 수 있는 표현 방식이고요. 오랜만에 그것만은 아니고요. Let's see. 그러니까 예를 들어서 이거 오랜만이다. 이거 진짜 오랜만에 본다. 이런 얘기할 때는 이게 또 어울리지가 않아요. 오케이? 근데 지금 저희가 오랜만에라는 표현으로 갑자기 이걸 방향을 바꿀 수는 없어요. 오케이? 일단은 그래요. alright? 일단은 그렇고 제가 옛날에 오랜만에 관련 표현에 대해서는 영상 이미 올려놓은 게 있으니까요. We're not going to get into this now, okay? Because that is just a complete waste of time. Alright. 아무튼 그래요. 그래서 이렇게 얘기를 하면 되는데요. 지금 뭐 보고 있었지? 이거 말고요. Not this. 오케이. 아무튼 그래서 지금 이거 같은 경우는 네, 이 두 번째로 I cleaned my house yesterday for the first time in a couple of weeks 또는 for the first time in almost a month 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 하면서 but it didn't take as long as I thought. Good. 이렇게 얘기하면 좋아요. Right? I was wakening up on the bed and I happened to know... Okay, so this is not an example that I'm looking for. Let's see. My husband and I were gonna have one of our friends coming이 아니라 왜냐면 지금 have 사역이잖아요. 그러니까 have come. Have 누구 come over to our place. But we found out that a friend 등등등 okay. So it didn't happen, right? Your friend didn't come over? Okay. I haven't been feeling well, so I went to see a doctor on Saturday. I thought I might have COVID. I might have COVID. Positive option. I thought I might have COVID, but I didn't. Okay. This is very basic and very simple and very useful. I thought I might have COVID, but I didn't. Very simple, very straightforward, very clear, and very easy and very useful. Okay, we say this type of pattern almost every day. I thought something might happen. So I thought something might happen, but it didn't. I thought I might have COVID, but I didn't. It's good. Good. I went out yesterday with my daughter. I just wanted to rest yesterday. I just wanted to stay home yesterday. rest라고 얘기를 하는 거는 좀 많이 한국적인 그런 약간 표현 방식이에요. 그러니까 그냥 집에 있는 거를 그냥 쉬는 걸로 표현하는 거를 그냥 영어에서는 보통 이제 stay home. I went out yesterday with my daughter. I just wanted to stay home yesterday, but I went out because my daughter seemed so bored. whining이 지금 seemed에서 seemed so A and B에서 whining이라고 갑자기 형식이 이렇게 나올 수가 없어요. seemed whining이라는 말이 안 되기 때문에, 오케이? 이거는 이제 만약에 whining을 하려면은 그 얘기를 따로 문장을 해야 돼요. 오케이? My daughter seemed so bored and she was whining. 이렇게 귀찮더라도 하셔야 돼요. She whines at home. She whines a lot when she's home, but she never does that outside. Okay. Okay. So the key here is I wanted to just stay home yesterday, but I went out because my daughter was so bored and she was whining. Okay. All right. Let's see. My younger daughter went to Jeju last Friday. She called me yesterday and she said that she went hiking to 한라산. 이거 봤구나. Okay, we saw this. And let's take a look at some of the more recent ones. I thought it would be very hot today, but it's a lot cooler than I thought. It's as cool as I don't have to turn up. Turn on the AC at all. Okay. 일단 이 뒷부분은 남겨놓고요. I thought it would be very hot today, but it's a lot cooler than I thought. Very good. Very good. Very good. It didn't rain as much as I thought it would be today. B가 없어야 돼요. B 없어야 돼요. 왜냐면 rain 형식 맞춰야 되니까 rain이 동사잖아요. 그러니까 B가 없어야 돼요. It didn't rain as much as I thought it would today. So my husband and I went downtown. downtown은 부사기 때문에 to가 없어요. They went downtown to grab some coffee. Okay, sounds good. My kids and I saw a TV show called 우영우. It was better than I thought. Okay. Today we were kind of short-staffed, so I thought we would have to work overtime, but it wasn't as busy as I thought. Okay, so we managed to get off work on time. Very good. Good example. Very, very good example. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Do you guys see anything wrong with this? Today we were kind of short-staffed, so I thought we would have to work overtime, but it wasn't as busy as I thought, so we managed to get off work on time. Sounds good. Sounds very good. Sounds very good. Today we were okay. What's this? They knew it could be cheaper than online or something, but it was cheaper than they expected. How cheap? Okay. Yes, I understand, but that's not how he made it sound, or how she made it sound. It all depends on the context. It's not simply about what was true and what wasn't. It depends on what you say and how you say it, right? I cleaned my house yesterday. I had it. Oh, okay. This is just an example. Okay. All right. I think there were some other examples that I missed earlier. Let's see. I should have studied. Not about studying English. Not about studying English. About something else. Okay, what's this? Oh no, we already checked that. Okay, how about this one? I went to Noryangin Fisheries Wholesales Market with my kid and friends, and we ate 다금바리. It was very delicious, as good as I thought. It was okay. Considering the context, 지금 이 전체적인 맥락을 고려했을 때요, 굳이 생각만큼 맛있었다라고 할 필요는 없어 보여요. 그냥 저는 지금 이런 맥락에서 쓰진 않을 것 같아요. I would just say it was very delicious. That's it. It was very good. It was very delicious. 만약에 맛있지 않을 수도 있었던 어떤 의심의 여지가 있었더라면 이제 그걸 이제 맥락 속에 이제 언급을 하면서 이제 그런 얘기가 나올 수는 있지만, but you know, according to this context, I don't feel any of that right now. Okay, so just I went to Noryangin Fisheries Wholesales Market with my kid and friends, and we ate 다금바리. I don't know what 다금바리 is, but it was very delicious. That's it. My friends and I decided to go to a nice cafe in a hotel because it's not that expensive as normally expected. It's not not that expensive as normally expected. 사람들이 보통 생각하는 것만큼 그렇게 비싸진 않다. 이 얘기신 것 같아요, 그렇죠? 이 얘기인 것 같은데 이거 한번 해주세요. 이 얘기를 해주세요. Try this. 이 얘기 한번 해주세요. How do we say this? Good. Hannah님, very good. Yes. It's not as expensive as people. Okay, 장정현님 잘 하셨는데 normally, usually라는 말이 하나 들어가는 게 좋아요. Okay, it's not as expensive as people normally think. Okay, 이렇게 얘기가 나오면 더 좋겠죠. So my friends and I decided to go to a nice cafe in a hotel because it's not as expensive as people normally think, don't expect. I was so surprised that there were a lot more people who were enjoying 호캉스 than I expected. Okay. Well, how do you know that all those people were on 호캉스? How do you know that? Maybe there were foreigners. Maybe there were maybe it's kind of, you know, you don't really know that. You don't really know that. So 그 맨 마지막 부분에서는요, I would just say I was surprised that there were so many people there. Okay? I was so surprised to see so many people there. Okay? Yeah, 그냥 이 정도로 얘기를 하면 yeah. So I was so surprised to see so many people there. 아니면 there were so many more people than I thought there than I thought. 뭐 이렇게 얘기를 하셔도 좋고요. Okay? All right. Let's see. Let's talk about the weekend. Okay, I took an English test last Saturday. It was so hard, exactly as I expected. Okay. 딱 내가 예상했던 것만큼 어땠었다라고 할 때는요, 이런 식으로 얘기를 해요. It was just as hard as I expected. It was as I expected. Yeah, it was just as hard as I expected. 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 just를 많이 써요. 그러니까 예를 들어서 I'm just as upset about it as you. 이런 식으로 많이 얘기를 해요. 그러니까 나 너만큼, 그러니까 그 정도가 완전히 같다. 그 대등하다. 그런 얘기를 할 때 just를 많이 써요. as pattern과 just를 많이 쓰는 편이에요. So I'm just as upset about it as you. It was just as hard as I expected. The test was just as hard as I expected. Okay? Just. It was just as hard as I thought. Yeah. You could. 근데 저라면은 지금 이거는 이제 예상했던 거. 단순히 그런 생각을 갖고 있었던 게 아니라 이러겠지라고 이제 예상을 했던 것과 그게 이제 일치했을 그런 맥락이기 때문에 expect가 여기서는 좀 더 잘 어울리는 느낌이에요. 근데 맥락과 소재와 주제에 따라서 물론 thought로 대체를 해도 되긴 해요. Okay? So Oh, yes, you're right. 제가 word를 빠뜨렸네요. Yeah, there were so many more people there than I thought. Yes, you're right. You're right. 지금 여기서 word가 하나 빠져 있었어요. Yeah. Oops. Okay. It's not that hard of an exam. 맞아요. 그것도 맞는데 네. 그렇게 어려운 시험 아니다. 네, 그런 얘기할 때 맞아요. All girls in the opponent team in the opposing team, not opponent team, the opposing team at the final were much taller than ours. Okay, so I thought it would have been hard for our team. I thought it would be, not would have been. I thought it would be hard. 왜냐면 thought가 있고 그게 기준이기 때문에 I thought 그 thought를 했을 기준으로 봤을 때는 앞으로 있잖아요. 그러니까 thought would have been이 아니라 I thought it would be hard for our team to win, but it turned out the game went much easier. 여기서는요. The game went라는 부분 자체가 it turned out to 대신에 나오는 거예요. It turned out는요. 지금 여기서는 it turned out가 나올 필요가 없어요. 오케이? 여기서는요. 그냥 그래서 all girls in the opposing team at the final were much taller than ours, so I thought it would be hard for our team to win, but the game went much easier than I thought it would. Not it would have. 여기서는 지금 지금 would have 양쪽 있는 거를 다 그냥 would be 그리고 맨 마지막에도 그냥 would. I thought it would. Okay. All right. Good. I was there last Saturday, Hotel Interbrugel, because of exhibition. So I just wanted to go there with my friend. It was better than I expected. I was there last Saturday, hotel. Because of an exhibition, so I just wanted to go there. 오케이, 일단 다른 세부적인 부분은 일단 제쳐두고 I wanted to go there with my friend. It was better than so I just wanted to go there with my friend. It was better. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what the situation is. 그냥 이거 아닌가요? I went to Mo. 저 이거 배웠어요. I went to Mo Hotel to see an exhibition last Saturday. I went there with a friend. 굳이 여기서 I just wanted to go there 가고 싶었다라고 이게 가고 싶었다라고 하면은요. 네, 굳이 그냥 간 거죠. 갔고 it was better than I thought. Than I expected. Okay. So I went to Mo Hotel to see an exhibition last Saturday. I went there with a friend. It was better than I expected. 괜찮나요? I think this just it's simpler, it's better. I went to Mo Hotel to see an exhibition last Saturday. I went there with a friend. It was better than I expected. Okay. All right. I went to a department store that was supposed to be closed soon with my mother. 지금 이거는요. 무슨 내용인지 모르겠는데 일단 내용을 좀 나눠야 될 것 같아요. 문장을 좀 나눠야 될 것 같아요. 너무 한 문장에 많은 정보가 들어가 있는 느낌이에요. 한번 나눠서 해보세요. 간단하게. 지금 제가 여기서 한 것처럼요. 오케이? 간단한 문장들로 나눠서. 오케이? I think that's necessary. I had to drive to Kumi on Sunday. So that's yesterday, right? I thought the traffic would be very bad, but it wasn't as bad as I expected. Okay, this is very good. Very good example. I had to drive to Kumi on Sunday, which was yesterday. I thought the traffic would be very bad, but it wasn't as bad as I expected. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Subscription costs much more reasonable than expected by the quality. 닮은 살기알님. 잠깐만. 잘못 닮은 살기알? Am I reading this right? 닮은 살기알 맞네. 어쨌든 What? What is? What is 닮은 살기알? Okay. 닮은 살기알님. I forgot what I was gonna say. 지금 이거 우리말로 한번 해주시겠어요? Oh, it's like a joke. 저는 제가 잠이 덜 깨서 이상하게 느껴진 줄 알았어요. It's just a play on words, right? 그치. Yeah, exactly. Yes. 삶은 달걀. 그쵸. This is some sick joke, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. 오케이. 구독하는 비용은 훨씬 더 저렴했다. 강의의 퀄리티에 비해. 비해라는 말이 여기서 맞나요? 비해가 맞는지는 모르겠어요. 근데 어쨌든 지금 영어의 그러니까 이거를 이제 영어의 관점으로 보면은요. 퀄리티에 비해서 비용이 적다가 우리말에서는 맞을지는 모르겠지만 저는 사실 잘 모르겠어요. 근데 영어에서는요. 이게 퀄리티와 비교했을 때 cost 비용이 저렴하다라고 하면 안 되고요. 퀄리티를 고려하면 비용이 적다라고 해야 돼요. 그래서 이건 좀 달라요. Okay, it's a little different. 그러니까 you're not talking about the cost compared to the quality. You're saying that the cost is low considering the quality. Okay? Considering the quality. 그렇게 가야 돼요. Okay? 그래서 이건 조금 다른 거니까요. We'll talk about it some other time, all right? Yeah. So yeah, exactly. When you consider the quality of the lessons, the cost of the subscription is not high. It's actually it's very reasonable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Well, okay, so this is it's a little tricky. 장정현님, 이렇게 얘기를 하는 거는요, it's a little bit, it can be a little confusing because you have two anchor points. You have two anchor points. You have two anchor points. You have the first anchor point is then I thought, and then suddenly you have a second anchor point considering the quality. Okay? And so that's kind of it's kind of awkward to say this. 그렇지 않나요? 우리말로도 좀 이상하지 않나요? 퀄리티를 고려했을 때 구독 비용이 생각보다 합리적이다. 왠지 그 기준이 딱 하나만 나와야 될 것 같지 않나요? 아무튼 모르겠어요. In English, it just sounds a little awkward to say this. I would just say the subscription was more reasonable than I thought. 그렇게 하든가 아니면 was very reasonable considering the quality. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at just a couple more. I went to the department store with my mom last week. They were supposed to be. Okay, I went to 일단 the department store라고 하는 게 좋고요. I went to the department store with my mom last weekend. They were supposed to be closed soon, but there were much more people than I thought. Okay. 저라면은요. I went to the department store with my mom last weekend. They were supposed to라고 하기보다는요, 그냥 they were closing soon. They were closing soon, but there were so many people. There were so many people라고 하던가요? 아니면은 they were closing soon, so I didn't think there would be many. 그냥 I thought the place would be almost empty, but it was much more crowded than I thought. 이렇게 이 위에 이런 식으로 하던가요? 아니면 이 밑에 이런 식으로 하던가요? Okay. They were closing soon, but there were so many people. They were closing soon, but there were so many people. 근데 이제 생각보다 사람이 많았다라고 하려면은 저는 왠지 그냥 모르겠어요. 그냥 이 맥락 전체가요. 그냥 왠지 이 얘기가 나와야 될 것 같아요. 그래서 거의 사람이 없을 줄 알았는데 생각보다 훨씬 사람이 많았다 이런 식으로. Okay, so they were closing soon. So I thought the place would be almost empty, but it was much more crowded than I thought. Right. Okay. Let's see. I went to the gym after a week break. Okay. It was good, but I got muscle pain than I expected. 이것도 마찬가지예요. 지금 보시면은요. I got muscle pain than I expected. 지금 보세요. Than I expected라고 하려면은요. 비교급이 나와야 된다고 아까 얘기했죠. 어떻게 얘기하면 되죠? 비교급이 나와야 돼요. 이 than이라고 하려면 비교급이 나와야 돼요. Exactly. 비교급 써줘야 되죠. 그래서 어떻게 해야 돼요? Do you get pain? pain을 get 하나요? I got pain. I got muscle pain. I got more muscle pain. Do you get pain? Felt is much better. Felt. Yeah, I felt is better. I felt more muscle pain than I expected. Okay? Not get. You don't get pain. You feel pain. Okay? So I felt more muscle pain than I expected. Okay? More. 이게 나와주는 게 중요한 거죠. 그렇죠? I don't know. 물론 이제 얘기를 해도 의미는 통하겠죠. 의미는 다들 이해를 하겠는데 저는 지금까지 얘기를 하면서 I have never said get pain. I got pain? No. You don't get pain. You feel pain. Okay. All right, one more. Just one more, okay? I went to a new cafe that was open a week ago nearby. I heard they use specialty coffee beans. It had much more flavor than I expected. Okay, good. 아무튼 일단 세부적인 거는 지금 다 못 보고요. 그냥 일단 오늘 연습하는 것만. It had much more flavor than I expected. Okay, I would go so often when I come to mind a cup of coffee. 오케이. 일단 지금 여러 가지로 이제 그 수정은 필요한 부분이 많은데 일단 지금 중요한 거는 여기요. It had much more flavor than I expected. 오케이. 그러니까 이렇게 얘기를 하면은요. It had much more flavor than I expected라고 하면은요. 생각보다 다양한 맛이 났다라는 얘기예요. 생각보다 다양한 맛이 났다라는 얘기고요. 생각보다 맛있었다라는 건 아니에요. 생각보다 맛있었다라는 건 아니고 어쨌든 지금 이렇게 얘기를 하는 거는 생각보다 다양한 맛이 났다라는 그런 얘기예요. Okay? So it was more flavorful than I expected. 그렇게 얘기를 하는 식이죠. Okay? 만약에 생각보다 맛있었다라고 하면은 그냥 it was better. 풍부했다. Yeah, it was 뭐 표현하는 방식이 언제나 굉장히 많지만 rich라는 말이 있어요. 그러니까 맛이 풍부하고 깊고 이런 얘기할 때 rich라는 말을 많이 써요. Okay? So it had a much more rich taste than I expected. 뭐 이렇게 할 수도 있고요. 아니면은 it had a much more rich taste than I expected. 뭐 이런 식으로요. Okay? 뭐 flavorful 할 수도 있어요. Flavorful is another way to say rich flavor, flavorful. But 일단 풍부하다라는 이 그 표현과 이제 비슷한 것 중에 하나가 rich. Okay, rich. Right. Okay. Alright. 여러분이 그 어떤 식으로 연습을 하면 좋냐면은요. 제가 생각했을 때 왜냐면 여러분이 이제 평소에 예문 생각해내고 이런 걸 좀 어려워하시잖아요. 그래서 그 실제 여러분이 생활 패턴을 어느 정도 반영을 해서요. 어느 정도 반영을 해서 그런 거를 했으면 좋겠어요. 그 이게 여기 왜 있지? 그런 걸 했으면 좋겠어요. 그러니까 지난주 금요일 날에 토들러 채널에서 했던 것처럼 내가 오늘 그리고 이번 주말에 뭘 어떤 일정을 지금 가지고 있는지 어떤 계획을 가지고 있는지 어떤 약속을 해서 언제까지 뭘 해야 되고 뭐 했죠 지난주 금요일 날에 그런 식으로 말하는 연습 앉아서 그냥 얘기하는 거예요. 아니면 뭐 꼭 앉아서 할 필요 없고 서서 하셔야 되고 다른 일을 하면서도 뭐 운전을 하면서 뭘 하면서 그냥 혼자서 얘기를 하는 거예요. 마치 누구한테 얘기를 하는 것처럼. 오케이? 그렇게 하고 이제 중간에도 뭐 연습할 거 하셔도 되고요. 그런 다음에 이제 어느 정도 지나고 나서 제가 사실 이걸 토요일 날 바로 할까 했다가 너무 그 시간 차이가 너무 없었던 것 같아서 그렇다고 일요일 날 하기는 좀 그래서 일단 오늘 월요일 날 아침에 하기로 했는데 그래서 이제 뭐 월요일 날 되면은 그냥 약간 습관적으로 그냥 연습을 하는 거예요. 그래서 이제 주말을 이제 지내왔는데 주말을 보내고 나서 뭐 했는지 그리고 계획대로 뭘 했는지 아니면 계획대로 뭘 못 했는지 아니면은 생각보다 뭐가 더 오래 걸렸고 아니면 뭐가 어땠고 저랬고 이런 것에 대한 얘기를 이런 지금 저희가 특히나 이제 as 같은 표현들을 약간 타겟팅을 하면서 그거를 좀 더 내가 익숙하게 만들어야 되겠다라는 생각을 하면서 연습을 뭐 꼭 as뿐만 아니라 이제 다양하게 근데 이제 어느 정도 그 좀 뭐랄까요 여러분이 타겟하는 그 language goal 그 타겟하는 그 language goal가 있었으면 좋겠어요. 연습을 하실 때마다 그냥 무작위로 물론 하는 것도 이제 좋지만 최소한 그래도 어느 정도는 이걸 연습해야 되겠다라는 약간 이런 생각을 가지고요. 오케이? 그래서 지금 오늘 이렇게 한 것처럼 이런 연습을 지난주 금요일에 이어서 이런 식으로 연습을 개인적으로도 꼭 하셨으면 좋겠어요. 오케이? Alright. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's it today. 오늘은 조금 더 시간이 더 걸렸는데요. I hope this Monday doesn't turn out to be too bad, or at least I hope it turns out to be better than you thought. And I will probably see you later tonight. 오늘 이거는요, 그냥 it's just a simple exercise that we can do in the morning. I don't know if I'm gonna do many live streams in the morning. This is just something that I was that I thought that I should do as kind of a follow-up to last Friday's live stream. So this was kind of an exception. Anyway, I think I might do a live stream later tonight. I'm not exactly sure right now, but there's a good chance that I might do a live stream later tonight. I haven't really decided whether I'm going to do it on the main channel or on my taller channel, but I'll figure that out. Anyway, so yeah, that's it today. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. I will see you all very, very soon, okay?
Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm back. Cheers to my past, I'm doing great now, just in case they ask. In the booth and I lay it down, I might take a nap. And they thought I was playing around, I was up like my tax. Living fast, over limit on the freeway, hope no cops pass. Had to dip off for a minute, yeah that's my bad. But I can't stay for too long, I gotta go. I grab my bag and hit the dash, yeah. say adios. I drop the clutch and slam the gas, and it's vamonos. If you're not first, then you're in last. Ricky Bobby quote, you gotta know. Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes, so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad.